Carolyn, I don't feel good.
What's wrong, Tommy?
My nose is stuffy, my throat is sore.
Well, I think I've got a solution for you.
A solution for your stuffy, runny nose and maybe the feeling that the icks are coming on is elderberry syrup. I love a recipe that I found online on the Wellness Mama blog, and it's also been doctor reviewed, so I turn to that whenever I need to make my syrup. First thing you need is your dried elderberries. They look like this. And you need some water, cloves, ginger, and some raw honey. And you put all that into a pot. You can go onto her blog to get the full recipe, but you put it into a pot and then you bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour until it reduces in half. Then comes the straining part, and I wanted to show you how to do that because when I first started straining it, it was a lot of work, and I came up with something that was a little bit more simple. Here's how you do it. You take your cooled elderberry solution and put it through a strainer. Get all those berries out because you want to get the juice out of the berries. Then take a spoon and push on them gently until you mush them and get all that juice out. And just continue this process until you have them all mushed. So I've strained all my elderberries into the bowl and then discarded them. You can keep them, and I think you can reuse them, and it's on her website what you can do with them, but I just discard mine. Then I rinsed out the pot I cooked them in, and I'm gonna strain the liquid through the strainer again. And you can see that there was still some elderberry stuff left over, and you want to get that out so your liquid is nice and smooth. The first time I did this, it wasn't very smooth, so that's why I strained about 2 times to make sure it's nice and smooth. So then, after you get it all strained, you take the raw local honey. She says to use local honey, that way you're getting it from the bees that are local to your area for allergen purposes. And then add in about a cup of the honey. Now the honey's in there, and I'm gonna whisk it. Oh, it's not moving very fast because it's sticky honey. I'm gonna whisk this in here gently. Be careful when working with elderberry syrup because it can stain. I know this because I've stained some clothes already. It makes a very pretty stain. Very natural dye, and it makes the house smell so good when cooking this. It smells like fall because it does also have cinnamon in it. Then after you whisk it together, I like to store mine in a glass container. I have 2 of these in case it doesn't all fit. Nope, it's not going to fit, so I'll have to get out the other one. But you store it in here, then store it in the refrigerator, and everyone's dosage is different, so check out her blog. You can just Google Wellness Mama and find elderberry syrup recipe, and I guarantee that it will come up. Everyone's dosage is different. We take about a tablespoon a day, maybe up it a little if we're starting to feel even more sick. And I will tell you this from our experience, the last winter and fall season, neither one of us, my husband nor myself, were on prescription medicine for any sinus infections or any kind of icky infections an entire season. So try elderberry syrup. If you don't have time to make it yourself, which I do recommend making it yourself because it tastes really good and it smells so good. You can go onto Etsy and find it. I do know that some sellers are making it and selling it on Etsy, and you can also find it in local grocery stores and maybe some natural food stores as well. If you don't want to just use elderberry syrup for the sickies, you can also do some mixed drinks with it. I do know that you can mix it with some seltzer water and it tastes like a refreshing water beverage. It's yummy. Elderberry syrup is our miracle cure, but try it for yourself. Don't just take my word for it.
Thanks to Carolyn's magic elderberry syrup, I'll be feeling better in no time.